Alright. Okay, so we are starting off at Crossroads. Our goal, Mantis Claws and Mantis Lords. So, to get to Mantis Lords, we need to go through Fungal Wastes, and for that, we need to get to Fog Canyon, and for that, we need to get to Green Path. So that's where we're going. We have our stack station open. We're going to go into Green Path. Once we're in Green Path, we want to take a quick look at the map. So the bench you see to the bottom right, that's where we're trying to go. The reason being is the room to the left of that bench is where our Fog Canyon exit is. So we also, another goal for today is to farm up some geo. The reason is we have a lot of stuff to buy and a lot of tolls to pay, so that we have spaces open, so that's why we're going to be doing that. I'd forgotten about those green plant Venus flytraps, and I'm gonna get hit by them a lot because they are very well hidden. And after farming a little bit more and getting hit a couple other times, like this one, and farming some more geo, we're finally out of the first room. Now, Green Path is one of the best hollow nest biomes, and it has like some really good places. Some of them are pretty dangerous, just like this room you're seeing over here. But it also has some, like, Hollow's Nest in general has some good lore. So we're going to be exploring them because I'm a very big lore person, so you're going to see me do that a lot. So, after going the wrong way, we finally moved that way. But before that, I want to check what's going on in this room here. And I realize it's a C-dash room, and die and leave. So C-dash is something that we will get soon, but not yet. Let's farm some soul and let's leave. Looking at the map, we want to check where we're going. Unfortunately, I'm not still familiar with Hollow's Nest fully. I'll get used to it, I think. But yeah. And we're gonna fight this one because we want the cache up there, geocache up there. So we're just gonna go as much as we can. We want to still farm some geo, and get hit by some more hidden plants, and off we go. After unsuccessfully getting that second one, but getting the third one, and getting hit by that one, we're just gonna fall down. We're gonna quickly bench over here so that we have a save point in case we die, closer to where we want to be, and we're gonna go over here. I usually like those guys, but in a narrow space it's hard. And this is where you discover me realizing I can pogo those projectiles back. This was something that I missed in my first run through of Hollow Knight, and this is such a great lifesaver because normally I'd just speed through this area just not caring about them, but yeah, this time I actually was able to pogo some back. This one was a little bit hard, but either way. Now here I think I found a pretty cool zone. The reason being I believe this is one of the people who get one of the three brothers who give nail arts. So I went in, but I figured I needed a Lumafly lantern over here, so I just gave up immediately. It might still be one of them, but I'm not 100% sure because I'm not really sure about all the. I've not played this game enough for me to know. But anyway, so we're almost at the end, and into Fog Canyon we go. So these ones are a little annoying, because if you don't hit them right, you kind of get, well, you'll just see. That's right, 2 moss shards for getting hit by that. The only ways you can do that is to either dump them in the acid or hit them and put something else between you guys. Just like that. But if you do something like that, that's not gonna work. Already down to 1 health, we can just get some more moss up and go forward from there. Somehow managing to escape that, we come back over here. And we are at the bank. So, in case you guys don't like losing Geo whenever you die, whenever you have a good amount, you want to come over here and put it over here. But unfortunately, once the infected crossroads, once the crossroads turn into the infected crossroads, you want to go, you will lose all the money you have over here. So definitely before you do that, try to get your money back from here. I don't know exactly when the transition happens. I think it's right after Dream Nail. And into one of the most important places in Hall's Nest, Queen Station. That's right. So Queen Station is pretty cool because it's like a very central location. So if you have access to Queen Station, you kind of have access to a lot of Hall's Nest altogether. So we're gonna go quickly and open up the Stag Station here. That's a space for another time. And opening up Stag Station over here gives us access to most of Hall's Nest. Well, it would be King Station and Queen Station that kind of like battles between the two, but like it's about half of it. The old guy is always great to see. The stag, last stag. One of my favorite characters, if not the best character in Hollow Knight. Quick save here, and we are gonna go and explore a little bit more. Over here, we can discover a section that really requires us to have the Mantis claws, which we will eventually get. And we're gonna go say hi to my friend over here. Willow, another amazing character, very side character-ish, but pretty good. We want to visit her again once we get the moth wings. Now that we have that, and we have lost Quirrell, unfortunately. After falling up one more time, we're off into the fungal wastes. Alright, so we are in the fungal wastes. So the reason we want to come here is because it's a good place into Manslords. Some of the enemies here are irritating because they're kind of like balloonish. So if you don't hit them too much, you can still keep them in range. If you hit them too much, they go out of range, and they do that. Now, I'm going to be making one more mistake over here, but that's going to come in a bit. So we're just going to clear some of this so that they're not in our way. Honestly, they're very passive enemies, so I don't even know why I'm clearing them. But Basically, we're gonna fall down here. So this is where my mistake starts. So in Fungal Waste, this is a shortcut into Mantis Lords, which I thought was great, yeah. After pogoing some of these jelly beans, which are the starter blocks or your thing, and thinking of going to collect the map from Conifer, because again, I'm not used to Hollow Knight's map yet. We are going to go and make our mistake. So heading back and then going back, collecting some Geo. And this is where you can see me make the mistake. Not that one, although still lost a max share for that. This is where the mistake is. So normally that door over there is where you can normally get into Mantis Lords from. That used to be my shortcut. But for this, I forgot that you need to open up that door. And not have that door open, I'm kind of lost at this moment. So you can see me look at the map because I don't know where to go. And after a brief moment, I'm still going up, but I don't know where to go still. So we're just gonna explore the rest of the map. And you can see why I think those enemies are annoying, especially without moth wings. And I had the idea of pogoing them to get out. After clearing a few more enemies and struggling with one of them, finally make it into the Room of Death. Alright, so these guys are annoying because their spores give you 2 points of health, just like the jellyfish. But they're also annoying because they're placed in the weirdest positions. And to kill them, you need 4 hits before they kill you, just like that. Luckily, we benched at Queen Station and it's not too much for a ride back. And after zooming past most things, collecting my shade, and getting hit a couple more times, we're back in the room. So these things take so long to get killed that it's just not worth it, but you can see me try, because I only expect 2 of them in this section. While the first one is a little easy, the second one does take a bit because of its position and my horrible platforming. Finally, on the 4th try, we finally get it out. Now going back, after falling down a little bit, we want to go all the way up. And I see more. Having none of it, I just go past it and get the wholeness seal. Now, I really don't want to go through it again, so I just avoid any of them, and off to the next room we go. So right now we're still not sure where we're going, and we're just exploring fungal wastes, find a way into Manslords. I do not care about those because they are annoying. And here, after collecting some geo, and here I make a calculated accident. I say calculated because I don't realize I'm going into the right thing, but I know that Mantis is around this area. But the accident is, technically I thought that this room was not important, but turns out it actually is. And that is because once I clear this room, the lever for the door up here is on the side of that room. Taking one last look at the map and confirming the way I need to go, and making a wrong turn once or twice, we're headed the right way. So this room brings us to the Shroom Ogres. The Shroom Ogres are pretty okay bosses. They're just like a side battle that happens. Even though I'm taking some damage here, it's not enough to be worried about. And after a quick fireball, we are done. We collect our reward, which is a charm notch, very important for equipping charms. So we're gonna grab that and we're headed out. Alright, so we're here at one of the most important rooms in Fog Canyon, Fungal Wastes. And after getting rid of some of these annoying guys, we're headed out. After some more coin collection and kill these guys with their own shrooms, as well as taking some damage from standing targets, we confirm map again, and the houses at the bottom show me that we are very close towards Mantis Claw. Ignoring that person, we go to the next room where we're gonna meet someone really special. There we go. That is Cloth. So, one of our goals for this run is to keep her alive. That's the idea. In a previous run, we did something that caused a bad thing to happen to her. We don't want that to happen this time, so we're gonna face them beforehand. Alright, talking to Cloth, we exit the room and we're going down to the pogo room. So this is basically the room where I started understanding the pogo mechanic. And my last run, there is the earlier room, obviously, for the pogo mechanic, but this is basically where I learned it the first time. After going down, collecting some geo, we go up a little bit to open up a shortcut into the new room. Basically, this is a shortcut. You can just jump back in and fall back down for it. We're not going to be following Hornet for this, but eventually that's the direction we want to head. And after collecting some more soul, we are off to the next room. Now we're very close to the Mantis Claw room. And after collecting some more geo, we are headed down. Again, avoiding these guys. And this is actually a pretty good shortcut to the Mantis Claw room. And the way the shortcut works is that you let one of the spore shrooms up here shoot one spore out, and as it explodes, you pogo the explosion. After trying it 2 times, it seems like the spores aren't willing to come near us. And before even trying for the 3rd time, we give up and we head straight for Mantis Safari, the longer way around. These guys are pretty cool. They do a lot of damage, but so does bad platforming. And after taking a little bit of damage and falling down once again, we go through. So the reason I like these guys is because of what happens after you beat Mantis Lords, which we'll come to at the end. Collecting some Geo. I'm finding some more lore. We are now 1 room before Mantis Claw. As usual, I really like these guys. They're pretty fun enemies. And once we get through and collect some Geo over here, we're gonna go down to the bench. But before that, we want to come back and do that one as well, because that's one other thing that I didn't do in my previous run. But yeah, benching again to get our must back to full, and dying a couple more times because I lost my way. Down one more time, down to 1 health. It's time to go back up. Deal with them. And go back down to bench real quick 1 more time, because we don't want to fight Mantis Lords with 1 mask. Finally, having found the entrance to Mantis Lord, we're just gonna get enough soul for mask, getting our mask up, and into the final room for the Mantis Claw. So we're finally in the room for the Mantis Claws, and we are basically just going to find our way to the claw. This is one of my favorite places in Hollow's Nest, and it just is a great vibe. Not right now, because you have to battle the Mantises, but after you beat Mantis Lords, it's pretty much great. Cycling through, beating some of these Mantises, we're approaching the final Mantis we actually have to beat, or we can go for our Mantis Claw. We open our doors for Mantis Claw. Now that we have it open, we have to cycle back, because without Claw we won't be able to get that unless we pogo the Mantises, but that's a different story. The door finally opened. We are almost there. Just one more enemy before we get to Mantis Lord, Mr. Mantis Claw. We got Mantis Claw. This allows us to jump onto walls, grab onto them, and then use that as a ledge to jump off as well. So basically wall jumping is possible. Cash in our geo rewards. We're getting Mantis Claw. And now we need to hit a bunch of levers. Over here, I kind of forgot that I had Mantis Claws just because not having it. We could have jumped in the middle, but we went all the way to the end. And we're basically trying to figure out where the lever switches are. As I see that there's no lever switches on the side, we move forward and we finally found our way. Again, geo collection is a big part of our run today because we're gonna need it, or just not just today, but overall the run. And just being a little bit careful, we make it across over here. Noticing the geocache, we want to be a goblet and get as much as we can get. There we go. The final lever opens up the secret entrance to Mantis Village. And now, after collecting this, all we have to do is jump straight down. To enter the Mantis Village. Alright, so now that we're here, it's again time to hit a bunch of levers and face a couple of enemies before we get to our second goal for today. And that is the Mantis Lords. We have Claw. This platforming is pretty simple, not an issue, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna still take some hits. You can never have too much here. All of the geo gathering is going to come in to help in the end game when we need a ton of it, because I know how much some of those nail upgrades in the end cost. Here I'm a bit confused about the opening to that area for the last switch, but we're gonna go and hit this switch just in case. And this area we get hit once and we're down there on the last level, and we dive into the other one. Thankfully we benched in a better place so that we can come back a little bit quicker. And over here we did some good platforming and got into Mantis Village without having to fight anyone. Over here, we come over here to talk to Quirrell. Gives us some good advice. Which we choose to ignore. And we head straight for our Mantis Lord again. Back, we take back our shade and battling some more enemies, we finally go and hit that lever. This time a bit prepared. Checking the other room, we come to this room over here, which we'll come to again later, but our Mantis friends are not yet gonna let us in. So, given that, we just try to head back. Battling this one, and after a little bit of confusion regarding which way to go, remember that the way out is from the top. Going back down, thinking that that's the last lever, we go back down while fighting some more enemies. We notice that one more lever is required. Not understanding which way to go for that lever, we do some more exploration. Try to find a way around it. But now we realize that the way to that lever is towards the downward direction. Defeating this, we finally reached the thing that threw me off, which was this little black pillar over here. With all the levels hid, we are finally ready for our final battle. It's time to challenge the Mantis Lords. First try. Or not. Well, I honestly didn't think I'd beat Mantis Lords in the first one. They are a pretty hard boss. But it shouldn't take me that long. Right? 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 Finally, on my 5th attempt, I was finally able to beat the first sister. And now it's time for some double trouble. We're down to 1 health, trying to struggle to stay alive, and nope. Couple more tries in, and still no luck. This has been taking so long. And now I'm starting to make stupid mistakes like falling into the spikes. At this point, I'm really tilted. I was expecting it to happen a little quicker, but finally, after 11 tries, and on the verge of giving up, we give it one last shot. We're taking it very easy at this point. Don't want to get any mistakes in. The mistakes are still there, but we're not getting bothered by them anymore. Sister down. Now we got the double trouble. Giving me a hard time, especially with those close gaps. Two health, not great. One. Using the opportunity here to heal. Second sister down. And now it's easy. Still careful, no mistakes. Down to 1 health again. Thankfully we healed that. And we have Mantis Lords! You guys can probably hear a little bit in the background. I am freaking excited. And we have Mantis Lords. We have earned the respect of the Mantises. Yeah, I definitely want to bow to them too. Maybe we'll do that in a future video. That being done, the most important part about them is this. Look at them, they're so cool. They're just bowing to us because we have earned their respect. And that is why Mantis Village is one of my favorite biomes in Hollow Nest. Now we're Now that we have this area, now we can get into one of the most creepy biomes of Hollow Nest, that is Deep Nest, which is for a future video. This is a very important biome, but the one of the bottom tier ones for me. But anyway, let's go get our prizes. So now that we've earned their trust, we have this section open. We're gonna quickly bench right over here. And we are gonna get our prizes, although with some little platforming errors. So Mark of Pride, very important one. Allows for a longer nail reach, so that's great to have. The last section, which is our geo chest. Again guys, geo really important, especially towards the end game. So yeah. Quick bench over here just to save our progress. And we are up. That is Mantis Village done. I hope you guys liked it. It is through the power of your liking and subscribing that we were able to get Mantis Village. So I'm pretty sure you guys liked and subscribed. So now that we're through here, all we're gonna do is we have a couple more things to do over here. Collect some stuff, as well as one very important thing, which we will do in a second. Our goal right now is the long room, the crossroads drop room, where we want to get a pretty clear something for it. Going back through cloth room, we just want to go up and then left. So hopefully just get through this without any hits. And we are here. Taking a wrong turn here, we're going up a little bit more, and there we go. So this is the Room of Legator, who will give us one of the most powerful charms that we need, and which we're going to buy from him right now, the Fragile Strength. Now I know a lot of people like going Fragile Heart first, and it is a better buy, I would say, especially given this price, but we want to go for a little bit more firepower, so we're going to go for Fragile Strength. So, Fragile Strength, if you guys don't know about it, it's basically something that increases your nail power, but it is a breakable charm, so if you die, it kind of breaks. and it causes a problem, so you're gonna have to come back to leg gear to fix it. Once we have fragile strength, you're gonna quickly get out of here and head back to the crossroads. Obviously with taking some damage as well. And we are back at the crossroads. Now that we're here, this is a place where we're going to be there soon, but not yet. Now that we're at crossroads. Got a couple of friends here. Gonna add some soul and bench. And that's it, you guys. I really hope you guys liked it. And if you really liked it, I hope you guys liked the video as well as subscribe to the channel. That's it for me for this time. I'm Korogami, and I'll see you in the next one.